And I was telling Hank before the chat started that right now, as a gun personality, gun owner, Second Amendment advocate, right, I feel worse in the last 2 weeks than I did during the Obama era because of the amount of disjointedness that I see in my community. And it's very, I hate to be a Debbie Downer, but it's very disheartening for me to see this. And I just kind of wanted to get the thoughts of anybody who's watching, as well as, bouncing off Hank and maybe Bacon when he shows up here. There's just a lot of things going on. We've seen it from new legislative gun control. We knew that that was kind of coming, but I did not expect to see the vitriol towards things like the NRA, which I understand, the fight between Yankee Marshall and the Iraq veteran crew going on right now. I've seen some just absolutely nasty stuff come out in the last day or so that I'm just very unhappy with. Okay. Right. And it doesn't make me feel good. So Hank, what do you think about that?
I probably don't feel as bad as you do about it. I think I understand where you're coming from, though, that this is weird. I haven't seen anything like this in the 5 years that I've been doing it. So it seems like we've got a lot of internal power struggles going on. It's not just the Republican Party that's infighting right now. It's us. We're also infighting.
Yes, and I think that brings up a good point. Like, honestly, as far as like, if you just go down and read the comments on any of the videos, whether it's, people are angry at the NRA, people are angry at Yankee Marshall, people are angry at Iraq veteran, people are angry at James Yeager for backing the NRA, people are angry at me for I don't even know what, right? Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not entirely sure where this is all coming from, but guys, if we spent a fraction of the energy that we've been spending trying to kill each other and trying to actually put it towards good uses, like trying to fight the gun control that's trying to come down the line, I feel like we'd be in so much of a better situation. Because let's be honest about it, the anti-gunners, they are united on what they're doing. I'm not saying that we should forget about these things that these things that have happened. You shouldn't just forget about them. You should hold their feet to the fire. But at the same time, when the NRA comes out and says that they are going to fight this thing that's come down the line, that they're not doubling down on their position, then we have to at least try to accept them at their word, and go after this thing. Like, if I don't know, I just read these comments and I was like, I wonder if that person wrote a letter to their representative in Congress or not.
Yeah. Well, I think we're all asking for that. I think everyone is asking for people to talk to their representatives, talk to the president, let it be known that those of us that are pro-gun, we're not going to budge. I think that there's a combination of things going on, and you're seeing the symptoms of what's been bubbling up in the background for a long time. You know this. I mean, there's things that we just don't talk about, right? I often tell people that a lot of what we do is like WWF, and people don't believe that. I'm not saying that like, it's all fake. I'm not saying that at all. But I think the fans out there, the folks who watch us, the audience, if you want to, that's probably a better term, but the folks out there who consume the content we create, and when I say we, I mean all of us in the gun community on YouTube, I don't think those people understand a lot of things that are going on in the background. Some of it I think is probably best left in the background, but what you're seeing now are symptoms of that, like, come into the surface.
So what do you think should be left in the background, for instance?
I think like what people do in their personal business, it's up to them what they reveal and what they don't reveal. You and I talk about that all the time. Like when we have conversations, we're open about who sponsors us or who does this thing, or like if you say, well, I don't take sponsors, I only do this, we're open about it. But some people are not, and right. I don't think it's on me to tell other people what to do. I live life according to what I feel is right. So I'm not following anyone else's playbook. But some people have issues with that. Some people say, well, you shouldn't be out there saying who you're sponsored by. And some people say you should be. To me, I just think, well, this is what I do. But I don't put my beliefs on other people. I really believe in freedom. People can do what they want to do. The problem is the audience doesn't 100% get it. And they most of the times don't think about it. Like, they don't care if we're making money or where we get money from. They just want to consume the content. Right? It's up to us to figure out how to make a living doing it if that's what we want to do.
I 100% agree with that because, for instance, the whole shenanigans that went down with the publishing of you know, a media packet type thing, and for somebody who refuses to put forth the effort to run themselves as a business, because it does take a lot of effort to do that, to criticize somebody who does, I think that's wrong.
Yeah, so, I think like this is a salvo that Yankee Marshall went to, that maybe I agree with that. Maybe he shouldn't have gone there. I know he's probably been hinting at that for a while. And so now he's like, well, okay, I'm going to pull this out. And maybe it's just one of those things you shouldn't, right? I don't think if we're really all on the same side, we shouldn't be out there airing each other's dirty laundry and going at each other in this way. I'm not trying to say that Yankee Marshall's 100% wrong. I think he has some points that he's making, but maybe he feels like in order to get people to listen to these points, he needs to get drastic. And then this just feels like he probably went to the nuclear option.